Good day, doodlers. Today we're drawing Dyer the Werewolf from Fortnite. Grab your pencils and let's go. As it's in the middle of the head, we're going to start with the nose. It's kind of a soft diamond shape, so I'm just going to gently draw from the left to the right, and then down. Keep those curves soft. Okay, so like I said, it's just kind of a soft diamond shape, and then when you reach the bottom, just draw a short line that goes down just a little bit, and then leave it there. Now we're going to draw the mouth. Coming out from the line that we just drew, we'll go straight to the right, past the width of the nose, then curve up, curve back out a bit, then curve up one more time, and finish with a diagonal line at the end. Now we're going to do the same for the other side. This is the mouth. So we're actually going to go to the left, curve up, curve out, and back up, and finish with the diagonal line. We're going to draw a big fang on this side, and a big fang on this side. Try and keep it nicely symmetrical, so it looks the same when you look at it in a mirror. And now, near the bottoms of these fangs, we're going to draw the bottom lip, and then we're going to add the teeth. So, just draw a downward curving line from one side to the other. And then, this is quite a fun part, we get to draw a zigzag for the teeth. So 2 teeth there, and 2 teeth on that side. And then we get to do the same for the bottom. So 2 teeth there, 2 teeth there. And there's the front of the mouth already done. Now just below the fangs, we're going to draw some fur for the chin. Now the chin's got some quite thick fur, so we're just going to draw in some spikes. You can make them a little bit uneven so the fur looks more interesting. And just finish there for now. Don't go much further than that for now. We're going to work on the rest of the face right now. So, just above the nose, let's draw a slight curve upwards here, just across from the left to the right. Okay, that's the end of the nose where it meets the eyes. And then near the edge of the right side, let's draw an eyebrow. So it's a big, thick, angry looking eyebrow. Make sure you catch that anger in there, because Dyer's always snarling when he's a werewolf. And then under that eyebrow, we'll draw an eye. And make sure it looks really oval and looks like it's tucked underneath this part of the eyebrow here. We're going to do the same for the other side. So just curve up, down, and then back towards the center. And then an eye underneath. Now we're going to improve the look of these eyebrows by drawing a curve from each one that meets in the middle above the curve for the end of the nose. It just makes the frown look a little bit more deep and interesting. Now, as you can see, this is already taking shape. We're going to draw the outsides of the face next. So just above where we drew the eyebrows, we're going to draw the headband. So let's go from left to right, up a little bit and diagonally, and left to right again. So it's kind of a rectangle, but not very even. Then on each side we're going to draw an ear. So curve it up to the tip, curve down, and before you reach the bottom, we're just going to draw a little tuft of fur here, okay? And we'll do the same for the other side. Draw to the tip, come down, and before you reach the bottom, a tuft of fur. Now from the tip of the ear, come down a bit, and then curve out for the fold of the ear. And again, remember, we need to do that for both sides. So follow it down, and then curve out a bit, and then stop about here. Following on from where we drew the edge of the headband here, let's carry on the line, make sure everything meets up, and we're going to draw out a bit of the cheek fur out here. It sticks out quite a lot, so just draw a spike that comes really far out like that on the left, and also on the right. So again, you can see what I'm doing. I'm just curving a line out, making a point, and then coming back towards the mouth a little bit, okay? Now, about the halfway point here, we're going to draw a line that comes down and is really spiky and points out. This is all fur. Okay, so halfway point, come down, and spike out. Now, we're up to the part where I said leave it for the time being. That's because we're going to make sure everything matches up really nicely. So a little bit more fur sticking out, keep it looking interesting. And then just guide your lines down to where you finished the chin before, okay? Just past the teeth. And there we go. We're almost done with the head. We need to draw his hair next. So let me just nudge this down a little bit so you can see more clearly. So here's the front wedge of hair. Okay, and it's kind of wavy and spiky looking, so do your best to get that look down. So I'm drawing one spike at the front and then a few spikes behind it, just so it looks layered in 3D. So just draw curvy lines that kind of go spiky. Try to keep to the top of the headband. Don't go outside of it, like out here. That might look a little strange. So we're just going to make sure all the spikes are within the headband, okay? You can draw these any way you like, but this is the pattern that I've decided to do for my drawing. You might want to do the same, and that's okay. Now we're almost done with the head. We just need to add some fur for the insides of the ears. Just a couple of spikes will do. Nothing too fancy. And there we go, that's the head done. So now we're going to move on to the body. So to start the body, either side of the chin we're going to draw a line that goes down. Not too far, just about this far, on each side. And then in between those lines, we're going to draw some fur for the chest. So just draw some swaying, spiky bits of fur. I'm going to draw a line there and a line there for the chest. That's where the chest is. And now we're going to draw the jacket. So where we finished the fur for the chest, here and here, we're going to draw a collar that goes out. Okay, so you just draw a line that curves up a bit, stops, and then a line that comes from the head and down. At the tops of these, just a wedge that comes out like this, and a circle inside that wedge. Nice and easy. Now to finish off the jacket, we'll draw a line down like this, but don't go quite as far as the first line of the jacket, just bring it to that length and then curve the rest of it down. Do the same for the other side, so stop here, and then curve down. Now for the rest of the jacket we're going to draw kind of a ripped edge. Again, you can rip yours in any way you like, really. Just so long as it's ripped, because Dyer's jacket is ripped when he's a werewolf. Again, nice and spiky. And back up to meet underneath the collar. I'm going to draw a couple of holes here, because that's where Dyer has holes in his jacket. And then just inside the first bit of the jacket that we drew, a couple of lines going down to meet with the belt. Now the belt is just a straight line that goes from left to right. Make it thick, draw a line down and then do the same left to right. Draw a line down. In the middle we've got the buckle. And let's add a couple of belt loops here too. There we go. We'll just nudge this up a little bit more. So the legs are a bit interesting. They kind of stick out a little bit. So draw a line out like that. And then when you get to the knee, let's draw some rips that kind of come in, because his jeans are all ripped near his knee. So we're going to do the same here. Then once you've done that, come down a little bit and draw the bottom of the jeans a bit jagged looking, much like we did the fur earlier actually. And then one more line to come up to the thigh, a line across to bring us to the other thigh, and then down. Now this part of the jeans, this leg, isn't quite as long as the other. So we're going to draw the rips a little earlier, just so it looks uneven and more interesting. And stop when you get to this rip here, because it's time to draw some nunchucks. I bet you didn't notice those nunchucks before. Well, Dyer's carrying around nunchucks on the side of his leg. So we're just going to add a couple of cylinders here. One there, and one there, just sticking out a little bit. And at the top, just draw the steel ring there. Maybe a little bit of the chain showing at the top there as well. Before I forget, let's add a couple of pockets. There's a curved line here, a curved line there, and a fly for the jeans. Now for the rest of the legs, we're going to start coming back in now. We've drawn the legs going out a little bit, let's draw them coming back in. So let's go back to where we started, down here, where we left off. Draw a heel, and then curve it down and this is going to be where the floor is. So stop here and then start drawing straight to the left. So it's a nice sharp corner. Draw rather far out and then bring it up, and this is going to form a claw shape. Just draw a line here and you can see we've got a claw, and let's just draw another one behind it because we would be able to see another one if he was looking at us. And then all you have to do is bring the foot up to meet the rest of the shin here. So the other leg is a little different because the knee isn't covered by the jeans anymore, so we need to come out just a little more to draw the knee, then in, and we're just going to do exactly the same thing that we did with the other leg. Let's just bring the calf down a bit. Here's a heel again. Keep it nice and curvy. Curve down. And again, this time we're going to do exactly the same thing, but we're going to draw to the right. Curve up, then down. Draw some claws in. And finally, we're going to tackle those arms. So I'm just going to draw a curve that comes out from underneath the collar like this, and another one like this. Bring it out a little bit and back in. And now for the hand. So here's a thumb. I always like to start with the thumb. I think it's easier to start with the thumb. Make it nice and sharp like a claw. And now for the other claw. Keep them spread out so we can see every claw, every detail. So from that finger out, curve up, and then in. Let's draw a square here. He has a pad on his hand and one on his arm. So we'll draw those in now. Draw the inside of this one first, because he's got a few pipes or something, or nails coming out of this one. So we'll draw those in at this point. Okay. And then we can kind of fill in the blanks here. Make sure all your lines meet. And there's a band here, and a band here, and one more band here where the square is. Let's just draw in the last of the curves on each of the claws. And now for the other arm. The other arm is a little easier, but it's the same shape. So we come out here, just so there's a bit of shape in the arm, and a big curve that goes down. And when we get to here, we're going to draw a line across because he's wearing a glove. So we'll draw a line across and then continue with the wrist and the thumb. So again, we'll draw out and then down, making a spike. Let's draw the first finger. Then up. Another finger. And then up. And the last finger. Let's make sure it meets the start of the hand that we drew before, and there's an opening here where some fur sticks out. Don't know if you want to draw some fur there. And the glove has holes for each of the fingers, so we're just going to draw those in now with some curves there. You see that? Just soft little curves there. And the claws. And once we've drawn the claws, our drawing of Dyer is finished. And here's our finished drawing. How'd yours turn out? Leave us a comment if you've any suggestions at all, and don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss a single video. See you next time.